This is Firefighter Betancourt. I've arrived 15 minutes early to prepare my classroom. As you can see, I have the classroom set up in a traditional style, modified. I don't really have a podium that's movable, so I'm going to be stationed right at that location. I got the air conditioner set to a comfortable temperature for the firefighters here for this class, as well as myself. And I made sure that the class is clean and orderly. Afternoon class, Firefighter Betancourt. Most of you guys know me already. Got A shift. I got 2 years in the fire service, 6 years in the National Guard, and 4 in the Army. So got a decent bit of service under my belt. Always wanted to join the fire service. Living the dream now. Just continuing the dream. Hopefully, I make a really good long career out of it. So today we're going to go over carbon monoxide detectors and alarms. Can you guys tell me anything about these detectors? Do you know what they're used for, what they can be used in tandem with, maybe a smoke detector? So in this case, we're going to start the presentation and you will listen for this sound, and you guys will tell me what sound you think it is. Okay, what do you guys think?
Like a bird? A canary?
I would say it sounds like a canary.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about these canaries?
They're birds?
Okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Alright, so canaries were used in the 1980s for coal miners. They were often found in these coal mines, which were pretty under-ventilated, poorly ventilated. It was a big problem for these coal mines, causing a lot of health problems, a lot of deaths for these miners back in the day. These miners were once used these canaries to test the air quality in the mines. Canaries are often sensitive to dangerous gases that are sometimes found in these mines, such as carbon monoxide. The canaries would chirp and sing all day long, but if the levels of poisonous gases get too high, and the canaries would have trouble breathing, just like humans, and they would either fly away or they would suffocate. So the miners, knowing that whenever the canaries would stop singing or stop hearing them chirp, they would know it's time to get out. What types of devices do you think CO comes from?
It's like things with gas.
Things with gas?
Heater.
Heaters, HVAC, stoves, maybe your car, enclosed garage.
Oh yeah.
Make sure that's pretty well ventilated. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about placement as well for your CO detectors. You're gonna want them placed, if you only have one, you're on a budget, you're gonna want them in your bedroom or right outside your bedroom so that you know if there is a CO emergency, you can get out quick because the alarm is, it's in your face. But it's preferred to have one CO detector per floor. So if you got a multi-story structure, you got 2 floors, 3 floors, an attic, you wanna make sure that you got your CO in there. The CO detector that I have here today, it can be placed on a tabletop, preferably about 5 feet high, away from children. You don't want children messing with that. Or you can mount it on the wall. The CO detector is not mountable in some like smoke detector ways where you can put them on the ceiling so that it's only on the wall or countertop. Okay, have you guys ever seen these CO detectors in maybe some homes? Yeah. Yeah. Do y'all have smoke or CO detectors in your homes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, good.
They don't look like this though.
They look a little different.
The combination ones.
Yeah, combination smoke detector and CO detector. Okay, cool. Some of them come in, like you said, different shapes and sizes. They take different batteries, but they all should universally sound the same. We'll go over what these little indicators mean. So you have alarm. This should blink red whenever you have a situation on your hand, and this is your operate, so it should blink green. In the event of an emergency, CO emergency, you're gonna hear 4 chirps every 5 seconds. In the event that the battery needs to get replaced, you're only gonna hear one chirp every 60 seconds, but, would you mind going ahead and test it for me? Okay, good, it should go one more time for the test to be complete. Good. So it's just like a smoke detector, almost very similar to each other, but you can't use them together, right? One detects smoke, this one detects CO. Why do we sometimes call it the invisible killer?
So you can't see it.
Okay. Okay. Can't see it, smell it, odorless, colorless. Do you think this is a problem for people?
Right.
Yeah, big problem.
Yeah.
What are
Depending
some?
on your household.
What are some symptoms that we might see, Gromley?
So in the manual it says for the mild exposures, there's slight headaches, nausea, vomiting, fatigue, also known as flu-like symptoms. The medium exposures are throbbing headaches, drowsiness, confusion, and a fast heart rate. And the extreme exposures is unconsciousness, convulsions, and cardiorespiratory failure or death.
Well, so we see how insane that CO can get. I mean, just slight headaches, worsening headaches, to just passing out, going unconscious. So those are some pretty intense symptoms. So I would like keeping everything ventilated. If in the event you have a CO emergency, if you can, open the windows, open your doors, get it as far away from you as possible. In lieu of that, make sure you get out of the structure as well. So in the event of an emergency, you will exit your structure. You're gonna get a head count, make sure that everyone that was in that structure with you is out. So everyone that lived there or was staying with you at that time, you wanna make sure that everyone's out, because if you're missing somebody, fire department's gonna have to find out about that and send someone to rescue them, because we don't want you going back in to go get them, because then we have 2 patients. And we already went over, we're gonna mount these.
What unit of measurement do they read?
So they read parts per million. Gromley, can you go over the parts per million where it's gonna alarm?
So it says at 70 parts per million, I guess you can expose for 60 to 240 minutes. And then at 150 parts per million, you can be exposed for 10 to 50 minutes, and 400 parts per million at 4 to 15 minutes.
Okay. And should we be wearing something, you know, if we're going into somewhere that it's pretty obvious that CO's leaking out? What should we be wearing? BA? Okay, that's good. It's not a good atmosphere to just walk into and try to shut it down yourself, and make sure that you got your proper PPE on.
What do you use to, like, if you do go on a call and one of those are going off, like, how do you, like,
How do I approach that?
yeah.
So if you have one of these going off on a call, what you wanna bring inside is we have this thing called a sniffer. It's gonna sniff out any gases. We also have a 4-gas detector that's gonna detect different types of gases, but the sniffer that we have is just gonna detect CO. So we'll go in there, depending on if it's obvious, if the patients have headaches. You can go in with full PPE, find out where their appliances are, their water heaters, their stoves, wherever the area of concentration is. Go in there, get our sniffer, and figure out where the leak is coming from. And sometimes we can see where the leak is coming from if we get a spray bottle of water and just spray it wherever on the hose line or whatever location it is, and you'll see some bubbling. So the bubbling will tell you, hey, you got a leak. Then you gotta call the gas company and have them shut it down, or you shut off the gas yourself and let the gas company know what the situation is. Answer your question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we already talked about moving to fresh air locations, making sure everyone gets to fresh air. Call the fire department. Now we're going to watch a quick video before we review. And this video is gonna be like a conclusion style video, about a minute and a half long.
Monoxide, or CO, can be deadly. Learn how to protect your home with our quick quiz. Let's start with the basics. Where does CO come from? A. A car running in an attached garage. B. Blocked gas appliance vents. C. Poorly maintained fuel-burning appliances. Or D. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. Here's how to stay safe. Be sure to have all your fuel-burning appliances inspected every year by a TSSA registered contractor, and never use outdoor fuel-burning equipment inside your home. Check that any outdoor exhaust vents, such as for a furnace, stove, fireplace, dryer, or water heater, are not blocked. Okay, next question. CO is odorless and colorless. True or false? The answer is true. Carbon monoxide is odorless and colorless. It's often called the silent killer. This sound can save your life. That's why it's the law to install CO alarms near all sleeping areas on each floor of your home. Test your alarms monthly and change the batteries once a year. Okay, last question. How do you know if you have CO poisoning? What are the symptoms? A. Headache. B. Dizziness. C. Flu-like symptoms. Or D. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above. If anyone in your home has these symptoms and your CO alarm beeps, go outside immediately and call 911. Thanks for testing your CO safety smarts. For more essential tips, visit enbridgegas.com/safety.
Any questions regarding this video we just watched? I know it was harping on some points that we already made.
I know it said about gas stoves. If I have an electric stove in my house, does that put off CO?
No. So if you don't have any gas appliances, then you're pretty well safe. You don't really get a CO detector in your house unless you really want one, but there's really no point. So gas stoves are much needed, but electric, you're fine. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and review. How is the CO alarm like a canary in a coal mine?
It chirps when, there's a reading of carbon monoxide.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
I guess canaries in that sense, like back in the day, you stop hearing them, that's when you know you need to get out, but in this case, these alarms, once they start sniffing something, it's not chirp for you.
Yeah, so it's
Both are warnings.
modern technology, so we learned from these canaries back in the coal mines, hey, let's probably use this technology in our homes. Okay. It's good. What can you do to keep CO alarms working properly?
Stay on top of the inspections, checking the batteries, testing them once a month.
Checking batteries, testing them once a month, just like your smoke detectors.
Replace them every 10 years.
Yep. This device is every 10 years, most new devices are every 10 years, but yeah. The stuff that we've come across already, sometimes that 8th year, 9th year, it starts to go out, so just keep an eye on it when it gets close to around that time. What should you do if the alarm alerts you that there's CO in the home?
Evacuate immediately.
Get everybody out, call 911.
What else?
Head count.
Head count. Make sure you got everyone out. Don't wanna forget your dog or your cat or your little babies. Yep, working CO alarms save lives. And that's the end of the presentation. Thank you for joining me. I am firefighter Ben McCord. My contact information is on your tables. If you guys need any more information, then don't hesitate to give me a call.
What's the quarter?